Emily Jones, and this is my partner Kaylee Wagner, and today we will be discussing the main differences between Mongolia and the US.
Some of our objectives are etiquette practices in Mongolia and how they differentiate from what we do in the United States, the houses that Mongolians live in versus a typical house that we live in here in the United States, and then the religions in Mongolia.
A gur is a round portable tent that mainly has been used in Asian cultures for traveling purposes. In today's society, people mainly live in gurs, not regular houses like we do today here in the Western culture. There's only one main city in the country of Mongolia, and that is the capital itself. There aren't any other major cities like there are here, obviously. Because of this, there are no other buildings or towns or communities. They only have small communities of people living in gurs or tents. In these rural areas, there's very poor infrastructure, which means that most of the roads aren't very good. That also means that they live with very, very poor living conditions. They have a very poor standard of living. Because of this, during the winter months, over 56% of households are affected by E. coli.
The etiquette in Mongolia is that you always say hello and bring a gift to whoever you are visiting or meeting. Accept whatever gift is given to you, even if you don't like it, you still have to be polite and accept it and act like you like it. You use your right hand when given a gift or whenever you're drinking something, because using your left hand, people will kind of frown upon if you do that. Pointing is incredibly rude, so you're never supposed to use your index finger whenever you're looking at something or wanting to show someone something. And never put water on fire because fire is really sacred in Mongolia. Buddhism is the number one religion in Mongolia. It's a spiritual development about the inside of reality. Meditation actually is supposed to change yourself to form different qualities and make you gain more wisdom or kindness. In 1930, all monks and monasteries were actually destroyed, but in 1990, they were rebuilt and people actually attend them more than they used to back then. Buddha means enlightened one, but he was actually a person. He was a spiritual leader, a meditator, and he taught about Buddhism, but whenever he died, he had a lot of followers that kept on the tradition.
Here are our cited works. Are there any questions? I believe the question asked was, what was the most rewarding part of our experience researching?
I think that what was really rewarding about this is that we got to learn more about different traditions and like etiquette stuff. They have to use their right hand, they can't use their left hand, and it doesn't matter here in the US, or you can't put water on fire to put it out, you just have to let it burn out. That's just different than what we do here in the US.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was probably the most rewarding part for me as well, just doing the research and learning about the living standards of different countries, because in most Western societies and cultures we think of, we just automatically assume somebody has running water, somebody has electricity, somebody has plumbing, somebody has internet or Wi-Fi. But in these cultures, most people don't even have cell phones. They live in very different conditions than we do, and they're very used to living that way, I guess you could say, in a way. Because if you put a US citizen or somebody of another modern culture in these countries, they will be very shocked to find out that this is the way that people are living in other places.